Welcome to the video 3, the last video for week 4. This one is the most concrete. We're going to walk through a complete word example. I will show you a fictional 5th grade science assessment item. You will see what's wrong with the before version. Then I will show you the after version, and we will go through every single change with an annotation that names which lens drove the move. After we walk through the example, I will point you towards your 2 week 4 assignments and give you a brief preview of what's coming in week 5. Quick framing for you as future curriculum specialist. The work I'm about to walk through, the before and after analysis, is exactly the kind of work you will do when you coach colleagues, when you review vendor assessment, or when you lead Ph.D. on item quality. So pay attention not just to the moves I'm making, but to how I am naming them. The naming is the curriculum specialist skills. So anyone can revise an item, naming the lens you used, so a colleague, can replicate the move. That's the leadership move. So let's get to it. Here's the before item. Read it on the screen. Um, The item says, imagine that your family is going camping in the mountains next weekend. Write a paragraph explaining how the water cycle would affect your trip. Include evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Your response should be at least 200 words written in proper paragraph form with topic sentence, supporting details, and conclusion. And the rubric says, a 4 is a thoughtful and insightful response that demonstrates deep understanding of the water cycle. Now, on its face, this looks like a perfectly normal science prompt. A teacher could write this in 5 minutes and feel pretty good about it. But look at the panel on the right. Run it through the lenses we have built so far. Problem 1, contextual framing. It assumes the student's family goes camping in the mountains. Some students do, of course, but many don't. For some students, mountains are a place they have only seen in movies. The context is doing inclusionary work right at the entry point. Problem 2, language demand. Look at the stack of vocabulary. Proper paragraph form, topic sentence, supporting details, conclusion. Each of those terminology requires the student to remember a specific writing convention before they can even start writing about science. The science thinking is buried under the writing instructions. Problem 3, open-ended formats. The format requires one specific mode, a written paragraph with a specific word count, and ask the student to imagine a scenario they may not relate to. There's no choice in topic or response mode. Problem 4, reader bias. The rubric says a 4 is thoughtful and insightful. Those are 5 words. What does insightful look like in a 5th grader's writing? 3 teachers will score the same paper 3 different ways. Problem 5, UDL. The prompt is presented in one mode, requires one response mode, and offers no engagement choice. Problem 6, MCCES. No visual support, no scaffoldings, no word bank, dense academic English. A multilingual learner trying to access this item has to fight through several layers of language before they reach the science. 6 problems on a 5th grade science item. That is normal, by the way. Every item we write has issues until we revise it. The good news is every single one of these problems has a specific fix. So let's look at the after. Here's the after version. Same science content, same standard, same cognitive demand. Look at what changed. The prompt now starts with the school shared diagram of a mountain stream after a rainstorm. Every student in the room can see the same diagram. No one needs to imagine a personal camping trip. The student then chooses one of 3 response options. Option A, label the 4 stages on the diagram and write 1 to 2 sentences for each. Option B, record a 2-minute audio explanation of each stage. Option C, create a labeled drawing showing all four stages with brief captions. Same science thinking required in all three. Different ways to demonstrate it. A word bank with the four key terminology is provided: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, collection. The word bank lowers the cognitive load of recalling the terms so students can focus on explaining the process. The science thinking is what we are trying to measure here, not the vocabulary spelling. And the rubric of 4 now reads, names all four stages, accurately describes what happens in each, uses the content vocabulary from class. Those are observable, countable, scoreable moves. Three teachers will land at the same score for the same paper. Now, look at the moves panel on the right. Every problem we identified in the before has a corresponding fix. Move 1, contextual. School shared diagram replaces family camping trip. Move 2, language. Shorter sentences and the writing convention vocabulary like topic, sentence, and paragraph form is gone. The science is now the only thing the student is being asked to demonstrate. Move 3, open-ended. Three response modes, no word count, no required imagined context. The student picks the format that fits how they think. Move 4, radar bias. Observable criteria, names, describes, uses, content vocab. Two raters land at the same score. Move 5, UDL, multiple means of representation through the diagram, text, and word bank. Multiple means of action and expression through the three response choices. Move 6, MCCES. The word bank scaffolds language access. The diagram supports comprehension visually. The vocabulary matches what was taught. Same content, same standard, same cognitive demand. Different students can now reach it. That is what inclusive design does. One more slide. Why does any of this matter? Look at the table on the screen. A multilingual learner walks into the after version. The word bank gives them the four terms. The diagram shows them what each term refers to. They can spend their cognitive energy on the science, not on decoding English. A student with dyslexia walks into the after version. They pick the audio response option. They explain the water cycle out loud. They demonstrate full understanding without the writing barriers that would have hidden their knowledge in the before version. A student with attention differences, the shorter prompt and the clear choices mean less cognitive overhead at the start. They can start working faster, which helps with sustained attention. A student who has never been camping walks into the after version and sees a diagram. They are not asked to invent a personal scenario. They engage with the same shared visual every other student sees. A visual spatial thinker, the drawing option fits their natural mode. They are not penalized for thinking in pictures, and every student in your room, the clearer rubric tells them what good looks like before they start working. They are not guessing what you want. Notice something important. The after version was not just for those students with specific labels. The after version is better for every student in the room. The students with IEPs get more access. The students without IEPs also get a better assessment experience. This is the core insight you will carry into curriculum specialist work. Inclusive design doesn't add work for some students. It changes the design so more students can show you what they actually know. And once you can name that to colleagues, you change the conversation about assessment quality in your whole school.